Today, I wanted to talk about a discipline that I use that has been really helpful to me in a whole range of areas. It involves journaling, kind of a reflective approach to how I start my day. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that I don't do this perfectly. I try to do it, and sometimes I just base it off in the morning and I don't do it. Functionally speaking, I probably do it 5 days a week when I wake up in the morning. I've also gone periods of time where I didn't do it much. And I can tell when that happens. And so I'm going to go into that a little bit. When I get up in the morning, what I do is I come out and I get some coffee, and then I sit down and I write a little bit, and it's stream of consciousness kind of thing. Sometimes what emerges from that is things that I have to do today, and that's about it. Other times, it's kind of surprising the sorts of things that can come out of doing that process. And I think kind of the fact that I'm not very conscious yet and all of that is kind of what plays into it. This morning, it was kind of interesting. I've had a bit of a week, nothing terrible, but some stuff. That kind of feeling, that vibe kind of came out in what I was writing. And it kind of surprised me, honestly. This is what's funny about this whole deal, is that this kind of process, I learned how to do it from this book. And I don't know this person. I'm certainly not sponsored by them or anything like that. Some time ago, I was in a group and we used this book, and it has a number of exercises and different things you can do to try to kind of get in touch with your creativity. So one of the exercises is called the morning pages, and that's exactly what it is. It's get up, sit down, not type, by the way, write, hand write out 3 pages-ish of, that kind of stream of consciousness thought. It's interesting because much of this book is about discarding old thinking. And if you had told me that I would be doing something like this, like say 15 years ago, I would have been like, thanks a lot, Stuart Smalley, but I'm not into that. Men don't reflect. Men don't journal. What are you talking about? This has been kind of, like many things over the last decade, has been a really eye-opening experience for me. What does this process of doing the journaling do for me? Well, it gets the fog out of my brain. It allows me to, okay, let me back up 1 second as far as those insights go. One of the things that can come out of that is to think, yesterday, so-and-so at work, wherever, said something really funny. And I should say something to them about that today. Or I noticed somebody do something really cool, and I should mention that today. Perhaps I forgot to, or I just got busy or whatever. Perhaps I did something that was flippant or a little off-putting, or made a comment trying to be funny and it wasn't, or whatever it happens to be. And I can clean that up today. And that kind of stuff comes out in that journaling process. And sometimes it's like, hey, that was really fun yesterday. I had a good time with that. Or that was difficult. Being aware of those kinds of things allows me to kind of get a sense of how I work, what's important to me. Because for significant periods of time in my life, I had no idea. I really didn't. This kind of process, and this isn't the only thing I do, obviously, on those lines, but this helps me to kind of connect to that. Plus, it helps kind of clear the decks so that I can do creative things. Because, again, a lot of negative self-talk from my background of creative things are a waste of time, and you shouldn't be doing that, and nobody's going to watch that, nobody's going to look at that, nobody's going to read it, and if they did, they wouldn't like it. And you're wasting your time. You should just be doing something to make money. That voice it still talks. I can tell it to shut up now. One of the ways that I can kind of get that out, have a day where I am paying attention to what's going on around me instead of thinking about that kind of stuff, even probably at a subconscious level, is to do that journaling process. And I would really, if you are, a creative or of any sort, because this is one of the things that comes out of this book, which is so important, is that being creative is not, I'm an artist or I'm a painter or I'm a musician or whatever it happens to be. It can be, I am a maker. I work on cars. I create databases. I write copy for advertising. Whole range of things that fit under that creative mantra, so to speak. And being free to just be like, you know what, I can be creative, and it doesn't have to be productive or serve a capitalist mindset, so to speak. I don't have to make any money off of something to do it. I can do it just because I enjoy it, and it's good for me to do it. And that's a larger topic, but this is something else that is really good for me to do. And this book is, relatively easy read. I think it has like 12 weeks of lessons or something. What did I get out of it is mostly that, morning pages bit. There's some other things in there too that were meaningful to me when I read them. And it was fun to be in a group that was going through it. If you have something like that in your area, I would encourage you to do it. I do this morning page thing, and I've been pretty consistent for me about doing this for about 4 years now. And it really does help me to be present and to kind of avoid those pitfalls of, ruminating on things or projecting off into the future. That's kind of all I've got to say on that topic. Again, I do videos that are on any range of topics that kind of relate to, I'm a 50-ish-year-old guy and I'm trying to figure out my life and I'm working on it. That's so you could see anything. Thank you, and hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me today.